Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to our family, welcome to our community, and if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. I post here every Friday. This channel is support for parents on their personal growth journey. So I talk a lot about mindset, stress management, how to handle anxiety, and a lot of other great topics. And if you haven't already, I urge you to explore some of my other videos because they might be super helpful for you. As you can see by the title of today's video, I'm going to be talking about how we can stop comparing ourselves. And I know this is a super relevant topic for a lot of you on the channel who are already subscribed, and hopefully those who plan on subscribing. But I used to compare myself all the time, and I still do sometimes. Comparing ourselves is nothing new. We've experienced this epidemic, so to speak, since humans existed, pretty much. When we have two people, the first thing that we do is compare them. When we have two objects, the first thing that we do is compare them. Now, there are a lot of reasons that we do this. I know for me, it's usually one of two, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. But it's either to reassure myself of my abilities, basically just to boost my self-esteem, or it's looking to define who I am in comparison to them or in relation to them. And that's usually something that brings me down because I know that I will either never be in their place or I will never have what they have. Now, when I talk about defining ourselves or learning more about ourselves, I think we need a little bit of clarification on that. And what I really mean by that is the fact that we need two people to make a comparison, right? So we need to either relate to someone or we need to say, hey, no, I definitely don't agree with that, right? We see that in politics. We see that in fashion. We see that in business. We see that in basically every aspect of life. And so that's a view that we hold about ourselves, right? It's our values and our beliefs. Our self-view is super important because it's how we interact with the world and how we interact with other people. And as parents, you can probably relate to this because, when you're comparing yourself, it's usually about a view that you either hold about yourself or you don't hold about yourself. And the reason why is because we tend to compare ourselves with people who we find ourselves more similar with. Just to give you an example, say if you're a runner, you would never compare yourself to Usain Bolt, right? You would compare yourself with someone who is either a little bit below you or a little bit out of your reach. And that's either to motivate you to get to that level or to make you feel better about where you are. Now, I think it's important to note that it's super healthy to study other people. For me, when I really wanted to kickstart my personal growth journey and start feeling better about myself and learning new ways to manage my anxiety and my stress and, to make a career change, I was looking for successful people. And of course, it's going to be a slight comparison because I have to compare myself where I am now to where they are in order to reach maybe that ultimate goal. But it's unhealthy if it becomes toxic and we start using it to either A, make ourselves feel good because we're putting other people down, at least in our minds, or B, telling ourselves that we will never achieve that and basically just putting us down and making that goal unachievable. Like I was saying before, your self-view is super important. And the reason behind this, and I'm going to tell you a story in a minute, but bear with me here. The reason behind this is because if you tell yourself you're a certain way, you will be a certain way. So if you tell yourself, I'm a working, capable parent, you're going to show up as that confident self, as one who can manage kids and manage a business or manage going to work and have a little bit less stress or be able to handle chaos accordingly. But if you tell yourself you're a terrible working parent who can't manage both, that's how you're going to show up. You're going to show up stressed in both environments, your work and your home. Now, some of you may be thinking, because I know a lot of you who watch my channel deal with anxiety, deal with stress. Can you tell yourself that I don't have anxiety? Or can you identify with a person that doesn't have anxiety and then see it show up in real life? Well, no, because that's like saying someone with a chronic illness, saying, oh, I don't have a chronic illness, and then one day the illness goes away. That doesn't happen. Anxiety is the same way. But you can say that I don't identify with the attributes that anxiety gives me. So for me, when I was dealing with anxiety for the majority of my life, I was diagnosed with selective mutism, which is a childhood anxiety disorder. And, obviously over the years, I've learned to manage it, maybe grow out of it, some might say, but I still have those tendencies where my social anxiety shows up. So that social anxiety caused me to make myself want to stay home, make myself not want to take that phone call, make myself uncomfortable with hearing my voice. So it was these things that this entity, this social anxiety, that kept making me do these different things. So if your anxiety causes you to bite your nails, you can disidentify with a person that bites your nails, but you can't disidentify with a person that has anxiety. I hope that makes sense. And by disidentify, I mean making a change in your behavior and embodying the person that doesn't bite their nails. So the person that doesn't bite their nails, what do? Well, maybe they get a manicure every week, or they do their nails every week. They keep their nails clean, right? That type of person wouldn't want their nails to get destroyed because they look nice. And going back to my example with my social anxiety, in order to, let's say, disidentify with the person that didn't like to meet new people, well, I started surrounding myself with people that did, successful people who knew how to approach a new person and just start up a conversation. And the more I put myself in those uncomfortable situations with these successful people, the easier it became to do it on my own. Now, at first, it was obviously super uncomfortable, but I knew at every step of the way, the more uncomfortable I became, the more I was growing. And it became a little bit less uncomfortable each time. Now I don't identify with that person who gets uncomfortable when they meet new people. I identify as the person who's very confident and relaxed when they meet new people. And as long as I tell myself that, the process of actually implementing it and going and putting myself in that situation becomes a little bit less difficult. With one belief, your world is promising, it's exciting, it's optimistic, it's growth-oriented. But with another belief, it's self-conscious, taxing, and demanding. So the next time you find yourself scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to that person or this person, I want you to ask yourself if you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it to make your life or you more productive. Are you doing it because you want to make yourself feel better? Or are you doing it because you know it's going to put you down and make you get into this toxic loop? What you want to see is that you're doing it because you want to reach that goal. I'm looking for what I view as success. So I've learned to change my views and definitions of what perfection and success look like in my own worldview, in my own self-view. So again, the next time you're doing that scrolling or you think to compare, just ask yourself those questions. Ask yourself if you are benefiting you, if you are making this more productive. Before I end today's video, I just wanted to make a quick announcement for the free consult that I am still offering. So if you want to join that or if you want to know more about that, I urge you to visit my website. There's a lot more information there. But essentially, this is for parents who are looking to take their personal growth to the next level, whether it's in a career change, their mindset, connection, support, motivation, any kind of area of your life that you're struggling and want to gain more confidence. We're going to help you do that with a little bit of a mindset shift. So I'm going to leave the link below and you can secure your spot there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was useful and hopefully valuable for you guys, and I'll see you next time.